All right, perfect. Sean Corbett, TruWest Realty Group. We are meeting November 28th. And I am excited to have you guys on. I've got a few things I want to share that I think is going to be of really good value, especially for those that have buyers in that 300 to 400,000 price range. There are some opportunities for you guys to be able to um, make some conversions on low interest options and on new builds. I'm going to share a couple of those things. First thing I want to do though is tell everyone, remind you guys, I believe all of you are invited to the Christmas party we have next Tuesday. We've already kind of closed out the invitations, but I think most of you have already responded. Just a reminder, we're meeting in person next week at Roots and Wine or something. It's there in South Lake, right off 114. So excited to see all you guys. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have really good food. It's a vendor we've used before in the past on some of my other events, and the food is amazing. So look forward to seeing you guys at that a week from today. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share screen. We're going to pop over to Matrix. So I wanted you guys, let me see here. Okay. I wanted you guys to consider doing assumable loans. And I know I've mentioned this before. The market is still very, very infant in this opportunity. I'm working on closing out my second assumable already in the last really 35, 40 days. I just closed one about 2 weeks ago. I did a VA 2.3% assumable. Right now, I'm negotiating a 3.5% FHA assumable. I'm down to kind of the final details. We're negotiating back and forth. I'm 99% sure we're going to lock it up. So how to find them is really kind of the mystery. So in the MLS, they have this section called buyer financing. You, for some reason, when you're putting a listing in, they do not use this field because nobody's using it. If I choose over here, if I choose assumable, 0. If I choose assume second, 0. Assumption of equity, nothing. Nothing is coming up. And I think it's because when you list, it doesn't give you the option to put that in there. So that's my only guess. So this is really, it used to work. It used to have, VA, FHA, conventional, where you put all that stuff in the listing. But right now, for some reason, it's not working on that side. So on the other side, you have listing terms. They do use that. And there's a box where you can put assumable. Now I have 160, which is good. I'd say probably about 2 weeks ago, there was only about 130 or 140. So people are starting to take advantage of homes that are not selling, talking to their lender and asking about doing an assumable option. So I put in the assumable, I pick on my map, and then you can see where they're all at. Okay. A lot of homes in the 300 range, 400 range, really good opportunities for new buyers that are freaking out over 7.5%, 8% interest. Let's check this one on a good night, right? This is an older home. It's $399, and they are offering a 2.25% VA. Remember, you do not have to be a veteran to get the VA benefit on an assumable loan. Okay. I'm not going to go through the details on that right now, but I can explain it. You guys are welcome to call me. You do not have to be a VA to get that loan. So anybody can get this 2.25 as long as they have the ability to repay, which is income, and their credit score is high enough to assume the loan. Every lender is different. You're just going to have to kind of work through it. So not a bad option. 2.25 is a pretty good interest rate for a buyer. And also, if they don't have the shortage, so it doesn't say the loan payoff, but let's assume the loan payoff is probably 300,000. They're selling it for 400. They have to come up with $100,000 shortage. Okay, that sounds scary for a new home buyer, but many of these lenders are offering seconds. Okay, which means that they could maybe work out a 5% down option, and then they do a second for the shortage. So $80,000 second, and then they get the 2.25% interest on the main bulk of the loan at 300,000. So I know I kind of talked through a lot of it fast. Any quick questions on assumable?
Yeah, where are the term? Wait, it's in listing terms in the MLS, or is it in some? What, another section?
Yes. So you have to add the field, additional fields when you're searching,
Got it.
and then you have listing terms.
See, I
Assume
did that in assumable and I opened it up to just Texas overall and I still came up with 0.
you have your count. Well, I select 4 counties, I think I have, but you have everything. I might have to actually do it on your screen to see why you're not getting any. The other alternative, add property description. A lot of agents are not putting it under listing terms. I did assumable under property description. This is a clever backup option. And remember, I had 160 on listing terms, but on property description, I ended up with 193. Okay.
So just assumable under there.
Yes, and you have to do asterisk asterisk because you're asking you're having it look for anywhere in a property description for the word assumable.
So assumable asterisk asterisk.
Yep, this is the house actually. The one we're looking, we made an offer on this one right here in Kettlewood. It does not exist on listing terms. It showed up under property description. Okay, just an example.
Oh, hold on a sec. Okay, never mind. Thank you. Sorry. No, okay. I found 7 now.
Well, let's share screens offline.
Okay.
So, because I won't have time to kind of work through it. It's already 11:18. All right, we'll skip that. All right, I've got a short I was going to play, and one of the things that people, and I know I might have mentioned this before. Do you remember? Maybe you could help me, Mom. Did I play a video on should you list a house before Christmas or should you list before the holidays? Did we talk about that?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, I'm gonna skip that video. I thought we might have. I had it
We
under
did.
my meeting notes. All right, so let me go back to. I have one other video I was gonna. I talked about prices, how they look this year. Oh, wrong one. All right. Now, for some reason, my video, when I was recording them, they just don't pick up the sound real well. So it may be quiet, but it's only a short video. So let's see what we can do. Prices are one of the top things I'm getting questions about right now. And that's because people heard that there's going to be a crash this year. I know the headlines were scary, but prices just didn't crash. And we talked about it earlier this year. To help put your mind at ease, take a look at this. This graph shows 6 year-end expert forecasts for home prices this year. Here's what I see. The overall projection is that prices are actually going to be a positive for 2023. Sure, one organization is saying prices will end this year slightly down, but the key word is slightly. A 0.4% drop is definitely not a crash. Don't get stuck on the red bar. Focus on how many green bars there are. All the other experts show here are forecasting prices will be a net positive. So don't believe everything you're hearing. If you've got questions about real estate prices and where they're going. Anyway, it's talking about price drops, and they looked at a number of different companies that were estimating where we're going to end up the end of the year. And many of them still showed us as a net positive increase. I think that's important when you're communicating with people that are selling or buyers, letting them know like homes aren't just going to drop in value. You know, if you're gonna go to buy a home, right now is really a good time to do it. That's actually the reason why my buyer in this particular assumable case, no interest really in buying a home, but she's got a couple sons that could benefit from living in it, and the assumable loan is so cheap. She's like, you know, why not? I've got money sitting at a 5% earning income. Why not just throw it in the house, take out a low interest rate loan, and then put my kids in it, and everybody wins. So that's the reason why I worked for her. But homes are not just going to, you know, drop in value immediate. This is a really good time to be buying. I know some of you are starting to load up with these buyers, and they're starting to kind of kick tires now, and eventually we'll get converting over to actually making offers. But keep that in mind. This is going to be, we're going to get some houses under contract in the spring as we're working them right now. So this is a really good time for you guys. Any questions on the market and how it's looking right now? Any other feedback? All right. Go ahead. We need to say something, Mom?
No.
Okay. So the next thing I want to talk about, I gave you guys a teaser on this before. It's called ZenList. Okay. I've actually gone in, I set up an account. It's free. It's the ability for us. It's, I don't know, you guys follow kind of the way EXP moves when things are happening in the market. They generally come out and come up with alternative ways of dealing with it, right? So we have this challenge to commissions, which is affecting the MLS, which is affecting the National Association of Realtors. And, even if all that works out the way they're trying to make it work out, there's not a lack of need for agents, but it's going to create a shift in the way that we may do things. So, for example, they've decided another one of our competitors has created a way for the only way to show their particular exclusive houses is through one of their exclusive agents. And they created kind of their own market based on that. And a lot of them are luxury type homes, and they focus a lot in the luxury type market, and they have their own list of homes that are not in the MLS that you can't find, and you can't work with them with a that broker involved. So EXP has kind of come out with their own alternative option to it. It's called EXP exclusives. There's a way for you guys to promote and sell property without actually going through the MLS. And in general, MLS is still going to be your number one way to sell homes, but there are circumstances that people just don't want to list. For example, like a new construction property that they want to go ahead and promote and get active buyers, but they're not, it's not safe to enter at this time. It could be something like that, or they just don't want to use market time. This does not use market time. This is a separate system from the MLS. A tenant occupied rental property. I'm sure many of you, and I know I've talked about this before, tenants are the death of listings. They kill the value. Tenants don't care if the house is in show ready condition. They don't do anything to help the homeowner move the property. It's not in their interest to go through the hassle of showing it. So tenant owned properties would be another option you could post in this, or properties. And this is kind of where the bigger bulk of them are, whose sellers are just not comfortable entering into the MLS, and they want to, but they do need to move, and they want to receive offers and opportunities without having open houses and all these different showings and stuff. I've got a client in Lantana that we've been working on for a while. Actually, Keenan brought them to me, and they listed prior to us getting involved and just hated the MLS, hated the showings, hated open houses, and they need to sell in order to buy a property in Florida is what they're working on right now. And so this could be a really good alternative for them. And anyway, I'm in the back office here. I've already signed up. It's free again. If you guys have sellers that just don't want to get on the MLS for some particular reason, call me. We can talk through how to work through it. But the opportunity here is, right now there's not very many out there. Okay. So I've got this one that I just saw that's posted in Hazlitt. It looks like a nice house. 749,000 is their posted price. So we could be the buyer agent, and then the seller agent, his name is Jeremy Smith. He can be the listing agent. So we would do an intermediary. We would go and look at the property. We would do everything else the same. We would still do inspections. We would still do an option period. We'd still make a normal offer, get traditional financing. This is really not for off-market flip houses. Okay. I know a lot of I work with investors, do a lot of that. This isn't what this is for. This is really kind of for exclusive, specific situations where people do not want to get it on the MLS. So, and then there's homeowners also, there's other things, right? They want to keep their sale confidential. You get on the MLS, appraisers have access to that data. That's how they use to determine appraised value. This is not going to go into that database. High profile clients, another good example. If any of you are working with a high profile client that don't want to get and entertain, random people coming through or looking at their stuff. anyway, it's a pretty cool opportunity. I'm sure I'm going to be posting some houses. I've got probably a number of properties that I don't have listed that need to sell. I'm probably going to start kind of rolling them through here and see kind of how it plays out. But anyway, I'm just presenting this as something that just rolled out. It's still so new. There's not very many listings yet. I think it's going to start growing pretty quick once people get the idea and can see the power of us just leveraging a single brokerage, right? It's not our office trying to sell to a next door city office. We get access to every EXP exclusive opportunity in all the US. And this can also help you with you guys with buyers that are moving, right? They sell here, they need to move. We have exclusive access to maybe a listing or something that they can buy without having to compete for it. Any questions on Zenlist? All right. I've been posting as I get them builder year-end bonuses. Any of you guys that have year-end bonuses, you're welcome to kind of put in here under comments. Right now I pinned it, so it should stay at the top of the TruWest Realty feed. But if y'all want to post any, commission bonus opportunities, almost all of these neighborhoods are $400,000. So the vast majority of your buyers can qualify. I've got Little Elm, Cibola Hills, Fort Worth, Palmilla, Fort Worth, Meritage. They've got some listings. DR Horton's got plenty. These are the only ones I've gotten through my emails. I'm not in a lot of lists, but I know a lot of you are, because y'all communicate and y'all are talking to the builders all the time. If you've got some, commission opportunities, and especially in these entry-level price ranges, so we can find buyers for, great opportunity for you guys, especially a lot of you working Zillow leads that are starting to come around again. There a lot of them are looking in that price range, All right. Last thing I have is I've got a new listing out in Corsicana. I know it's far for a lot of you. It's a mobile home. We actually put a brand new mobile home on a lot that we bought about 2.5 months ago. And it is at the finishing stages. We're doing the landscape and then putting in the condensing unit in the back, and then it's ready to go. I may have it available for open houses this weekend. It's going to be about 250 or so. I think it's going to be very, very busy. That price point, 1 acre, beautiful, space, neighbors, really nice homes, really good opportunity there. I still have my Mesquite listing at 290,000, and I still have Larner. I don't know what the seller's doing. She's not doing well, so I'm going to find out how she's doing now. I've got Little Street's off the market. I have Eagle, that's off the market. Let's see where I'm at here. Fog is available. It's in Fort Worth. And then I have Wildbriar sold. And I've got some more that are coming over the next couple of weeks. All right. Anyone who have a house or something they want to promote before we jump off today?
Just a land listing out in Trinidad, if anybody knows anybody out that way.
Half acre, 50,000, Trinidad, and it can build a mobile home or whatever you want to build.
Yeah, we're probably going to drop it to 40,000 as well, just so most likely that's going to be the case. So we'll see.
Okay. All right. And you send it to me. I got a mobile home dealer that's looking for land, so I can see what he can do.
Okay.
All right. Anything else, guys? Any other listings? Any other opportunities coming? All right. We are not meeting next week. We're going to meet in person for our Christmas party. And then the week after, we will pick it back up. I will probably have 2 or 3 more meetings. And then normally that Christmas and New Year's, I normally have those couple weeks off just because I got so much family stuff going on. But anyway, if y'all know where I'm at, you guys have a high performance week and check with me if you need anything. Thank you, guys.